let's get started.
Heyo, it's Adam here. Just want to let y'all know this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be going into more detail about what I do as a truck driver. So I'll be talking more and explaining more about what I do. So this right here is a pre-trip. I do this every morning. I check my lights, I check my tires, I make sure we're all good to go before I leave. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing or windy, I have to check this, and I have to do this every single morning. Once the lights are all set, I make sure my trailer lines are good to go. That's what helps me stop, and that's what helps my trailer lights actually stay illuminated. And again, it looks like I'm just kicking tires, which I am, but I just gotta make sure the pressure is good to go. You can do this in different ways. You can actually check the pressure with a tire pressure gauge, or you can use what's called a tire thumper. I have one of those, and you'll actually see it later on in the video. So let's go check those other tires. And what I checked just right there was the side of the trailer, and that is called my placard holder. I want to make sure my placards are good to go as well. When I'm checking these tires, I'm going to make sure they sound right. That first one there, that didn't sound right to me. It sounded a little hollow. So I'll be back from my tire pressure gauge to check that and make sure it's good to go. Kicking the mud flap, make sure it stays secured and make sure there's nothing hanging off of it, like mud or any other kind of debris. Checking these lights, those are my brake lights. Those are very important, making sure they're on, as well as my clearance lights. And I'm just waiting for those ones. My marker lights, making sure my driver's side is good to go. Let's go check that passenger side. Yep, it's all set. Alright, once that's set, I want to make sure that my reflective tape's still good to go, as well as my load securement. So I got to double check that lock. Yep, still there. Sweet. And then just the reverse what I did on the other side. Mud flap. And then I check those tires again. And for the tire pressure for the trailer, it has to be at 100 psi, which is a lot. Most cars only go to 30 or 40. But when it comes to the tractor and trailer, that should be at least 100 psi. Side of the trailer is good. And there's my placard again. So I want to make sure that it is showing nothing, because I'm not carrying anything hazardous or that needs to be illuminated. And right now I'm just finding that tire pressure gauge. There it is, tire pressure gauge. This one goes up to 150, which I don't need all the way up. I just need 100 to double check. So that tire that sounded a little weird to me, maybe a little bit different. Let's go ahead and make sure it's all set. 100 psi, sweet, we are good to go. All right, let's get moving. Alright, as we're getting closer to the shop, I gotta make sure to check in and see if I can get a tire replaced. There's a couple of bald spots I noticed on some tread, so I gotta make sure to get that replaced. I have to make sure I have enough tread on my tires at all times to safely come to a stop and to safely pull all the weight that I need. When I get off the freeways and the speeds get a little bit slower, I have to look around more. As I'm coming up to the stoplight, I see to my right there's another semi coming up. He has the green, so I'm going to stop a little further behind that line just to give him that extra space. That way I can make sure that he's not going to hit my truck. Again, he probably could have made it and I could have been fine at the line, but it'll probably help him out and not freak out so much and help me out and not be so worried if I give him that extra space. And it's really not going to hurt me much. I can stop an extra 5-10 feet before the line. I'm not really going to lose much time off of that. And at these slower speeds, I also got to keep watching around for the sidewalks. If there's someone walking over, someone trying to jaywalk, or all these hedges and these trees, they like to hide cars. So I just got to make sure to keep it nice and slow and pay attention. No messing around on my phone, not looking at the GPS too much, just kind of taking it one step at a time and watching for any lights, cars, or people that are walking around. Especially when it comes to these big vehicles, because I don't stop on a dime, so I got to make sure I'm paying attention to every little thing. As I'm coming up to the stop sign, you might have noticed that I kind of pulled over to the middle lane a little bit sooner than you would in a car. Which makes sense for me because I have a 53-foot trailer behind me. So the sooner I can get over, the sooner I can get out of that middle lane and get out of people's way. And it looks like I'm not really staying to any one lane here, but that's just because of the trailer I have behind me. I have to accommodate for that. As long as I'm not impeding traffic or causing any more problems than actually helping myself, then I'm able to do that. Again, it's all about being courteous, knowing the situations where I can do that, and also making sure that I'm not breaking any laws to make sure I can safely get out of the way and safely get in the lane that I need to be. Alright, and there's a shop off to the right. I don't need any work on my trailer, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that. I'm going to go find an empty spot, drop my trailer, and then go check into the shop, see if I can get this tire replaced, and any other maintenance or anything else they need from me as well. Alright, talk to you guys in a little bit. Alright, just some final adjustments to make sure the trailer is all straight. That way it's perfectly in the spot and I'm not taking up any more than I need to. Let's go ahead and get this trailer dropped, go check into the shop and see what they can do. Alright, just got my truck out of the shop. Let's go ahead and go over a couple things just to make sure we're good to go. As I'm unlatching the hood here, I just need to double check and make sure everything is all set. Yes, it just came out of the shop, but it helps me to make sure and remind myself that I know I'm good to go. Yeah, I can get all the paperwork and say it's all set, but I just want to make sure I can visually inspect and make sure I'm good to go. And I need to know just about every part in this engine, from the coolant to the steering box to the power steering fluid, making sure that's all topped off, making sure all the wires are all set, making sure all the hoses are good to go, all the connections are set, there's nothing leaking, there's nothing pouring out, even the turbo on this side, making sure there's not a leak coming out, or also the alternator is connected correctly and the belt is good to go. Everything's all set, did a visual inspection, I can push the hood back down, just let it drop. Boom, all set. My lights are on too, so I'm double checking all those. I'm just walking around doing a visual inspection. There's the tire, all set, and we should be good to go. Spare tire is all set. There's Kevin, say hi to Kevin. And also, while I was in there, they got me new mud flaps. My old ones were kind of ratted and kind of broken and hanging off, so they got me new mud flaps. Lights are still good to go, tires all set. Kevin holding my broom. Alright, say bye to Kevin. Now that everything's all set, I can come on the inside and do a diagnostic test. Make sure all the electronics and everything in the truck tells me that everything's all good to go. So it's checking the batteries, the suspension, the engine, goes through all the systems on the inside, make sure I'm all set. And it looks like we're all good to go. The computer says everything's all set, so we're all good. And I want to double check my mirrors just one last time, make sure those are clear and I can see out of them just fine. I use these for backing in, for staying straight, so looks like we're all good. Let's get this load ready. Alright, let's get this dropped. Alrighty, it's the next morning and I got my tire thumper out. I'm using a tire thumper to make sure all the tires are good to go. Yes, it just came out of the shop yesterday, but I still gotta double check and make sure. And again, it is raining a little bit, but I still have to check. Thump thump, thump thump. All the tires are all set. There we go. Let's go check the other side. And again, I'm double checking my lights because you never know. It's always better to double check just in case. Tires are all set, and you can hear how the thumper, it makes a distinctive noise. It tells me that the air pressure is good to go. If that noise sounds different, I'll definitely get my air pressure gauge to check it out. One last visual inspection of the lights, making sure we're good to go. Put that tire thumper back, and we should be ready to boogie. Alright, let's go to Seattle. Coming up to our first delivery, actually our last delivery, out here in Where are we at again? Auburn. Yeah, Auburn, Washington. That's where we're at. This is gonna be fun. Nice and rainy, so probably not a lot of footage, but I'd rather be safe than try to get footage for this, but that's alright. That's alright. You get to see this here. First one is heading to a Safeway warehouse. So, at least I know there's going to be a lot of room to back in. A lot of these warehouses are pretty big, so there's plenty of room for me to do maneuvers and back in. Alright, I'll pick back up when we get there. Alright, found it. Right there to the right. Just gotta find the truck entrance. Let's see. Usually there's a big old sign that says receiving or trucks here. Looks like, oh, right here. Perfect. Receiving, Safeway. That's what I'm looking for. Go on over to the right. So you see, he wants to turn now too. And I'm turning, we're both turning to the right. I got right away, since this is my lane, I have to turn first. He's got to wait for me. That's how it's supposed to be. He should know that, but always have that, you know, extra level of security just in case. So a lot of people don't, you'd be surprised how many truck drivers don't know the basic rules and right of way of the road. Oh boy, it is packed. Alright, I'm gonna go find parking and go check in. Alrighty. We're all checked in, just gotta wait for a phone call. Crud. Then we'll be all good to go. Didn't mean to drop the paperwork. Alrighty. Okay, like I said, just waiting for a call now. We should be good to go. Sweet.
5 minutes later.
Alright, just got the call. Door number 238. Alright, let's go find that door. Alright, this warehouse is pretty spacious, but it did get pretty hectic. Like, as soon as I got lined up and as soon as I got ready to back her in, I just didn't have time to record. And I'd rather be safe and just back her in the first time and then try to get some footage for something. But yeah, there she is back in, so we're all good. So a little bit of backstory on this load. You'll notice that in the last video I said Kent, Washington, and then this morning I said Seattle, and then earlier I just said Auburn. So where am I going? So what turned out was that I needed to drop this trailer for a relay. So someone else was going to take that trailer going to Kent, and I was picking up another trailer going to Auburn, Washington. I had also gotten another load that picked up after I delivered that one. The appointment times just didn't match up, so it would have worked out better for me to deliver this current load at 6 in the morning and then pick up the next load by 2 p.m. instead of trying to deliver the last load at 3 p.m. to miss my appointment time. So in order for me to make that pickup, I had to get this new load to deliver a lot earlier throughout the day. And sometimes it works out well like that, where there's loads are available so I can deliver a little earlier and get the next one so I can start heading down to where I need to go. Or maybe another driver needs that load so they can get closer to their hometown or closer to an appointment. That click you just heard, that was the locking jaws, locking onto the kingpin of the trailer. And that's what keeps the tractor connected to the trailer while I'm driving on the road. And you see me here connecting the air lines and the electrical lines. So now you're all caught up on which load we have. Alright, finally got unloaded, finally paid the lumper. That took a lot longer than, in all honesty, I wanted it to. But there's really nothing I can do about it except shake my fist at the cloud, you know. But finally, we're unloaded, we're good to go, heading to the next spot. We're gonna head on over to Algona, Washington, yeah. Gonna pick up the first half of the load there, and then go to a second pickup back here in Auburn. So, this will be fun. Let's go check out security and see where we're going. So safety took a little bit longer than I would have liked, and it's causing me to almost miss my appointment for the next pickup. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean I'm going to rush to the point where it's unsafe. I'm still going to be doing the speed limits, and I'm still going to get there as soon as I can. Yes, it might be late, but I'm going to try to get there non-stop. There's no need for me to pull over or anything. And I just need to get there as soon as I can, and hopefully they can still load me in time. I was 10 minutes late to the pickup, but they were able to take me in right away since they're not so busy, and I really lucked out on this. So let me go ahead and back into this dock, and hopefully they can get me loaded soon. Alrighty, backed her in. She did pretty good. A bit of a small spot, kind of meant for these shorter trailers. You can see the difference. This is the trailers I usually get. It's about that length, and I have an extra 20 feet plus the extra 15 for my tractor too. So yeah, did pretty good though. Plenty of space, a little tight, but plenty of space. Sweet. All right, let's do some paperwork while we're waiting to get loaded. All right, now that I finished my paperwork, this is the receipt for unloading the trailer. $524 to unload the trailer. Yep, that's quite a bit. But now the company knows that I'm done. This just tells the company note that I'm finished. Thankfully, the company pays for that, and I don't. That's a lot. But yeah, so that's done. Company knows I'm done. Just waiting for them to finish loading me, and then we'll be good to go. Sweet. Here's to the next one. Last one got it took too long, so I had to hurry up to come to the next pickup, and I came to the wrong entrance. Lovely. All right, FedEx, where are you going? Where are you going, FedEx? Sweet. You go that way, I go this way. Or you just back up. You know what? Fair enough. That took too long. All right. Let's go on over to the shipping side. This is the receiving side, so I went to the wrong entrance. Oh boy. Very, very blind corner. I really hope no one's coming down. And there isn't. Alright, get moving, get moving, get moving. Woo. Straight ahead only. Okay, so do not turn. I will not turn. Should be the building on the right, so that's the one I'm going to go for. Is there a door? Is there a door that possibly says shipping? Ah, right there, shipping. Perfect. Why am I still going? Push the brake, push the brake, push the brake, push the brake. Oops. Alrighty, checked in. We gotta go to door number 14. Door 14, I don't know where the numbers are. There they are. Alrighty. Go find it. Alrighty, door 14. Let's see. Oh, I see it right there. The second green dot, that's the one I'm going for. Let's go. Alrighty, they're nice enough to get me in pretty quick. Showed up right on time, which I don't like to do. I like to show up a little early, but there's really nothing I can do about that. Door number 14, perfect. Double check all my mirrors. One's coming up. Perfect. I'll go before that. Turn too sharp. See what I did? Back her hand. A little too far to my right, so we're gonna move over to my left. Just a smidgen, just a smidgen. I like these dots. There's plenty of room to fix your mistakes and make them. Alright, when we open the doors, we should be good to go. Alright, let's get this bar back in. Alright. Perfect. All set. Alright, got the paperwork. We're good to go. It's a very light load. All comes out to about 4,000 pounds. Set on out. One last thing before I let you go, I just want to say thank you again for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And then if I missed anything, throw something down in the comments. Thanks.